Good morning, Mets fans. Happy Monday and welcome to Driving with Mr. Met. I am Mr. Met, and despite Rafael Montero's best efforts, and for once I'm not saying that sarcastically, the Mets dropped the third game of a three-game set against the Oakland A's, unable to complete a sweep once again on a Sunday, but finishing off a relatively strong homestand, and dare I say it, changing my opinion on Rafael Montero. Yes, it's true, I have not been the biggest Rafael Montero fan, like ever. I've never liked him. I've always felt as though he was overmatched. But watching him pitch recently in his last, really since he's been promoted from back up from AAA, watching Montero pitch recently, it was almost like watching a different pitcher. He has a different, I don't know, like a different posture on the mound. He looks as though he's found confidence somewhere. I don't know where he found it, but look, he's pitched well in his last three starts, I believe. He's only earned one win in all three of them, but he's pitched so much better. I mean, his ERA is mid-3 right now. That puts him right up there with Jacob deGrom as best on the team. And we'll get back to deGrom in a minute. But Montero pitched really well yesterday. I mean, he gave up 3 solo homers. You know, that's you know, maybe a little bit of a black mark or a tarnish on this start, but he pitched well. He pitched well enough to deserve a win. Look, if Hansel Robles can earn a win doing what he does, Montero should have been able to earn a win doing what he did yesterday. I'm looking at Montero as, like I said, like a different pitcher, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. He wasn't nibbling as much yesterday. He still threw a lot of pitches. He ended up in a lot of full counts, especially early in the game. But as I've seen with him, he seems to get stronger as the innings go by. And I don't know if that's a result of his youth or what, but he needs to stay in the rotation. I never in a million years thought I would say what I'm about to say, but he needs to stay in the rotation. The other day, I made a comment about looking at potentially having Matt Harvey as a closer, again, provided that the Mets end up trading Addison Reed, and there's, you know, a big vacancy in the back end of the bullpen. For the simple reason that Harvey seems to start games strongly, you know, first inning, second inning, and then sort of falling apart toward the third, fourth, and fifth innings. More so in that fourth and fifth, sort of like the second time around the batting order. What better role to capitalize on that strong start quality than a closer? I mean, how many batters does a closer face? 4, 5 at the most? I mean, if they're gonna excel in that role and they face more than 5 batters, they're not going to excel very long. So my point there, and my point that I'm making here with Montero, is if Montero starts out slow, out of the box, but builds to a stronger finish, I think he's a much better candidate to remain in the rotation. And if Harvey is going to continue to come out and throw well to start the game, but then fizzle away toward the middle of the game, I think he makes a lot of sense to end up in the bullpen. Just my thought there. Tonight the Mets will play a late game in San Diego. It's a 10-10 start. I'm dreading it, but on the bright side, it can't be anywhere near as dreadful as the trip out to Los Angeles was, and where they went to play the Dodgers. I will be watching the game tonight, mainly because Jacob deGrom is on the mound, and dude, he has just been an absolute joy to watch. By far and away the best pitcher on the staff, and there's not even anyone close. But thinking about anyone else on the staff, you know, the Mets right now, again, very short sample size, but they're riding a nice 1-2 punch with deGrom and Lugo. I think they've won the last 2 Well, DeGrom hasn't lost in a while, but I think they've won the last 2 consecutive games that were started back-to-back by DeGrom and Lugo. Again, that's a nice punch there, to have those 2 guys going out and pitching well. It's just a matter of time before other guys come back, and that's what I'm going to be talking about tomorrow, in addition to reviewing what happened in tonight's game. So we're going to talk about some guys hopefully coming off the DL sooner rather than later, one of whom might be in the game tonight. There were some rumors that perhaps Neil Walker would rejoin the team in San Diego. If that happens, who knows what the infield looks like tonight, but I'll be interested to see it. So I appreciate your watching the video, as always. If you're not already doing so, follow me on Twitter at Mr_Met. And let's go Mets.